Share. Share via email post to your profile report story. After receiving All Might's text message, Izuku Midoriya started walking towards the gym wearing his PE uniform, of course. Arriving at the location, Midoriya saw that All Might is already waiting. Took you long enough. How are you, young Midoriya? The veteran hero asked, placing a hand on his protege's shoulder. I'm doing great, All Might. So, why did you ask me to come here? Well, first off, I wanted to greet you. Happy birthday, young Midoriya. I know it's a day late, but I had something made for you. He uttered, handing Midoriya a box wrapped in All Might gift wrapper. Thanks, All Might. The broccoli-haired boy opened the gift and saw a suit, not just any suit. It's an upgraded hero suit for the one and only hero Deku. Your last suit was completely ruined in your last battle, so for your birthday, I took the liberty of having them remade for you with a few upgrades, of course. The former hero replied with a smile on his face. Try it on, he suggested. I sure will, his protege replied cheerfully before he went off to put on his new suit. Blank, underscore, blank, underscore, blank. A few moments later. So how is it, young Midoriya? All Might asked. It's definitely lighter than my old suit, amazing. Deku replied, admiring his new suit. Of course it should be, I asked David to make it. What? Mr. Shields made this. This is amazing. Melissa also chipped in as well. She was more than happy to make it for you. You ready for some training, young Midoriya? Yes, sir. I want to try out this new suit and see how it holds up. The young hero replied with determination. He clenched his hands and began to concentrate. All right, young Midoriya. Activate your full cowling at 40%. One for all full cowling. 40%. He thought as red streaks flowed to his body before producing green electricity all over his body. So, what should I do now, All Might? In response, the veteran hero took out a remote and opened the ground of the gym. Soon enough bots appeared before them. Principal Nezu was more than happy to provide you with these robots for practice. One for all shoot style. Deku jumped forward attempting to punch the robot. However, he felt a strain in his body. Aarrgh. He mumbled in pain, falling to his knees. All Might immediately rushed to him to assist his student. Young Midoriya, are you alright? He asked. What happened? I suddenly felt pain all over my body. Deku uttered, disabling his quirk. Your body can't handle 40% of one for all. Looks like still need a bit to recover to get you back to your usual strength. He helped Deku stand up and supported him so he wouldn't fall over. Try limiting your full cowling to 25% and see how it goes. Midoriya complied, activating his quirk. How do you feel? The former hero asked. It's a bit straining but more manageable than 40%. I see, use 25% for now and we'll slowly get you back to shape. Those gauntlets of yours are also an upgraded version of your mid-gauntlets courtesy of Melissa, so you can use a higher percent in your punches. Try destroying some bots. Be careful. Promoted stories. You'll also like The Cybernetic Hero, 7.4K 155. In a world full of quirks, Izuku Midoriya is part of the 2% that don't have quirks. After being constantly bullied by his childhood and friend Midoriya is Firestorm. My Hero Academia X Reader. 84.1K 2.1K. This is my first My Hero Academia book. In a world where everyone has this unique power called a quirk, there is one problem child with an powerful quirk but also a famil. The Eternal One for All, slow updates. 5.4K 134. This story follows our main protagonist Shiro, who, up until now, did have the best type of upbringing. From his parents avoiding him like the plague, to an older sister. Villains and Heroes MHA Fanfic. 28.4K 870. Izuku was a small kid with the ability to take others' quirks and use them for himself or give them to others. But a tragedy strikes and destroys his life and the only pay. My Heroes, BNHAX Child. Reader, 36.1K 717. This book is very old and cringy, and quad, mom, dad, and quad, they're gone, YN, and quad, why did they leave me behind? Did they hate me that much? And quad, no. Rewind, Villain Deku, 704K 22.2K. Don't read if you don't want spoilers. Everything is spoiler in here. Read at your own will. Also, it's fanfiction. All for one breaks out. He destroys everything. He destroy. I remember you, izuocha. 61.6K 924. Unfortunate timing leads to Deku moving to America on his own, much like All Might. When he returns, Class 1A gives him death glares. Was it because of Ochako? M. Blank, underscore, blank, underscore, blank. Meanwhile, back in Heights Alliance, 2.5 hours since Deku left for training, Uraraka was sitting alone in the living room since Mina, Jiro and Hagakure went out while Asui was with Tokiyami. Sigh, what should I ask Izuku? How am I going to ask him out? Ochako. Momo called while holding a teacup. Ah. Momo. Sorry Ochako, I didn't mean to scare you. No, no. You just caught me off guard, that's all. She uttered, rubbing the back of her head. May I take a seat? Of course. The brunette replied, smiling politely. The two girls sat in silence for a few minutes before Ochako broke the ice. Ayo Momo, can I ask you something? Suri. Momo sounded downhearted in her tone, which Ochako clearly noticed this. Are you okay? The sad demeanor of Momo made Ochako worry. I'm fine. It's just, is it about Todoroki? Momo only nodded as soon as she heard the question. Oh. Do you want to talk about it? The brunette asked. Momo took a sip of her tea before placing it on the table. Actually, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Can I ask you something? She asked, which surprised Ochako. SS, sure, what is it? Please don't make it difficult to answer. Sure, I guess. Am I kidding myself with Todoroki? I mean, am I being crazy? It's just, things with Todoroki have been a little complicated. I know he did very romantic things for me, but I always felt like he's holding back what he really feels or something. He also scares easy, and when he does, he becomes distant and cold sometimes. I know it's a bit selfish to expect him to do more for me, but I'm scared that one day he might wake up and just give up everything we had. She asked with tears forming in her eyes, but was interrupted by the shock reaction of her brunette friend. Ochako, oh gosh Ochako, are you okay? Oh, huh, why yeah, sorry, it was a lot to take in, the brunette asked, fairly embarrassed about the question. But to answer your question, I don't think you're being crazy, Momo. Uraraka's face began to heat up as she answers the question. Izuku's the same thing sometimes. Even before we got together, he used to get all flustered and ask me to move away from him. She chuckled, trying to look back at those times. He's an oddball, isn't he? Momo chuckles with her reply as she wipes the tears off her face. Hey, that's my Izuku you're talking about. But yeah, he is. We both are. She smiled. Look, Momo, Todoroki can be awkward sometimes and a bit indirect about his feelings. Yes, he scares off easy, but it doesn't mean he isn't trying his best, right? I guess. Try to figure things out with him, Momo. Talk about how you want your relationship to be. Sorry, that must have been an awful advice, huh? I just got together with Izuku, yet I'm talking like this. Was it even an advice? Sorry, I'm not used to questions like that. No, it was helpful, Ochako. Maybe we do need to talk about how we're gonna make it work. I guess I'm partly to blame. I basically walked out on him last night over some silly question. Thank you, Ochako, she replied, grabbing her friend's hands in gratitude. I'm glad I could help Momo. Ochako smiled. So Midoriya's out with All Might, huh? Momo asked to change the topic of conversation. Yep, my guess is they're training right now, she uttered. They've been at it for 2.5 hours now. Midoriya must have been training hard right now. Of course he is. Momo laughs and smiled. He never stops working hard. Probably too hard, she added. It's past lunchtime and I have no idea if he ate. Momo felt Ochako's frustration by the looks of her reaction. You can text him and ask him, Ochako, Momo advised. Huh, I can. The brunette replied, of course. I'm sure he wouldn't mind. Kriti uttered, giving a reassuring smile. I think I'll do that. Green heart broccoli, my broccoli boy, broccoli green heart. 2 hearts. Hey Izu. Sorry if I distracted you on your training, but I was wondering. It's past lunchtime, have you eaten yet? Green heart. Hey, it's okay, I don't mind, Ochako. I'm actually taking a 5-minute break right now and no, not yet. I'll get something to eat after training, I promise. 2 hearts. Until what time will you train, Izu? Green heart. Maybe for another 2 or 3, I really wanted to catch up. 2 hearts. Okay. Do your best, Izu. Smile. Green heart. I will. Thanks, Ochako. Smile. After Ochako finished texting Izuku, she put her phone down the table silently. Sue. What did he say, Ochako? He hasn't eaten yet. What is wrong with him? He shouldn't be skipping meals. He just started walking by himself again but is already training so much. Momo only stared as Ochako ranted. Sigh, but I can't blame him though. I can't imagine what he felt being unable to train for a long time. Maybe I should make him something. What do you think, Momo? Sure, but what do you plan on making? Well, Izu loves katsudon, so I could try making him that. Her cheerful reply turned into a depressing remark, although I have no idea how. I can help you with that, Momo replied with a smile on her face. Really? Thanks, Momo, she replied. Sure thing. Come on, let's go to the kitchen and see what we have. After 30 minutes of cooking struggles, it looks delicious. You cook very well, Ochako, Momo commended. You think so? Well, I wouldn't be able to do it without your help, thanks, Momo. I can't wait for Izu to eat it, Uraraka replied cheerfully, clasping her hands together. Well, go on, bring it to Midoriya. I bet he'll be very surprised. Momo said enthusiastically, helping Ochako pack the food up. Right. Thanks again, Momo, she uttered, taking a few steps towards the front door, but she stopped for a second. Oh, yeah, Momo. What is it, Ochako? From what I can tell since that day on the ship, what do people do in vacations? Huh, why do you ask? I don't really go out that much, and when I do, I spend my time training. Well, most of the time people use their vacation to relax, take a breather, and have fun. Some people spend it with a person very important to them, so it can be extra special. So it must be spent with someone special to you. Todoroki can be a little dense and shy at times, but he really loves you. Don't worry, Momo, you two will work it out, I'm sure of it, she uttered, giving her friend a reassuring smile. Yao Momo of course smiled back before saying, thanks, Ochako. It really means a lot, she uttered as Ochako turns to the door and heads out. Sai Shoto, she thought, walking to the elevator that took her to the boys' dorms. Blank, underscore, blank, underscore, blank. Meanwhile, Deku was standing firmly in front of a robot. He chambered his arm, generating the essence of Black Whip, preparing his next attack, Pinpoint Focus. He shouted, extending his arm, shooting out the black tendril towards his target, piercing through its armor. The force of the quirk was apparently too much for the hero. He fell on his knees holding his arm. Arg, damn it, he muttered as his arm trembled due to its drawback. Don't worry, young Midoriya, your body just needs to readjust to your quirk again. Besides, you have FA Jin to compensate with that. I know All Might, it's just a little frustrating, that's all. All Might pats his protege on his shoulder to give him comfort. I understand. Take a little break, young Midoriya. Izuku nodded, taking a seat on one of the destroyed bot's arm. Deku has been resting for a few minutes when suddenly, Izuku, a voice called, entering Gym Gamma. Ochako. He perked up, seeing her with a smile on her face. Hey Izu, I see you've been training hard, huh? She smiled, making Deku blush. Yeah, after months I figured there's a lot of training to catch up on. Always the hard worker, she uttered, still smiling, which became quite intimidating for him. Ochako, you okay? He asked as he notices his girlfriend pouting. Izu, you shouldn't be skipping your meals, you should be more careful about your health. Deku can see the weariness in her eyes that it made him feel a little embarrassed. Sorry, Ochako, chuckle, I promise I will. Ochako was still worried about him. The sadness was painted all over her face. Oh hey, did you notice my new hero costume? He smiled, standing up, hoping it will somehow cheer her up. Hero cuz. Tomb. Design not mine. Retrieved from artstation.com from user Daryl. Eek Izu, it looks good. Wow. Fit, he looks so handsome. Damn it, I love him so much. Did you send a new design? Wow, it looks like they made a few upgrades. She asked, inspecting his hero costume. All Might gave it to me as a birthday gift. Apparently Mr. Dave Shield and Melissa made it for me. He replied, rubbing the back of his head. I see. Melissa, huh? Ochako's cute smile turned into a frown, which somehow made Deku panic. No, it's not what you think, Ochako. PFF laughs, just kidding. We're friends, you know, and I'm glad she's able to help with your costume, Izu. She said, bringing back her signature smile. Oh hey, Izu, I made you some here. I made you some food, with Momo's help. She uttered, smiling embarrassingly. Why you made me food? And it's your favorite, so you better eat up, mister. She added. As soon as he heard this, his eyes filled with excitement. Wait, you made katsudon. Just how you like it. Ochako sat beside Izuku, opened the packed lunch and handed him the bowl of katsudon. He was about to dig in when he noticed he only had one bowl. Wait, Ochako, did you eat already? Yep. Sato cooked the food as always. I was worried when you haven't eaten yet, so I asked Momo's help to make you that. So finish that first before going back to training, okay? No leftovers, she uttered with a cute authoritative tone. After she said this, Deku looked down on the ground in silence. Huh, Izu, are you okay? Oh no. Do you hate it? No, it's not that. Actually, I think it smells so good, it's just that. You always do this. You always support me and do everything you can to help me. Even when I left you back then to fight on my own, you never gave up. Even when I was in a coma, you never stopped caring for me. Now that we're a couple, I'm supposed to do the same for you. But I chose to train. Sorry for being a horrible boyfriend, Ochako. What are you talking about, Izu? Huh. Sorry. I didn't mean to kill the mood, it's just. Before he could finish, Ochako gently touched his right cheek with her hand. You're not a horrible boyfriend, silly. We've only been a couple for a day, but you've cared for me way before that, you know. And I don't mind you training from time to time. I know you wanted to be strong so you can be a great hero. So as long as you be careful, Izu, I'll always support you, she replied, giving a reassuring smile. Izu, you okay? You're not saying anything. I'm okay, Ochako. Damn it, huh, why, I'm really lucky to have you as my girlfriend, Ochako. He smiled calmly, obviously made Ochako turn red. I'm more than lucky to be with you, Izu. Hemp, such a smooth talker, she smiled, but still, Eat your food, Izu. Right, sorry. He apologized as he starts digging in. Wow, it tastes delicious, Ochako. Really? Wow, I'm quite the chef. Blank, underscore, blank, underscore, blank. Meanwhile, somewhere in Gym Gamma, All Might watched the couple's shenanigans unfold. Did young Midoriya forgot that I am here? He thought as he observes the couple. Asterisk sigh, it's about time that happened. But still I can't just be ignored like this. He smirked menacingly, trying to transform to his muscle form. Young Midoriya, young Uraraka. I am still here. All Might. The couple shouted in unison. Asterisk laughs, so you did forget that I'm still here. The mentor said, laughing hysterically. You two are a couple now. About time. Both Izuku and Ochako blushed at remark but were obviously confused. What do you mean, All Might? Deku asked. Geez, you kids are still clueless. The moment you saved young Uraraka from the 0-point robot, your teachers have been matching you two up, especially present Might. Huh. Seriously? The couple exclaimed. Ha ha ha. Why do you think you two are often paired up in your battle trainings? Author intervention. Obviously, not. It's a coincidence that your quirks complement each other in multiple occasions, but it's more of present Mike and Midnight's doing. All Might revealed, still laughing. Jokes aside, I wish the best for the both of you. I'll leave you two for now, I have to take a bite to eat as well. I'll come back later. All Might left Gym Gamma with both Uraraka and Midoriya speechless. Ehhhhh. The couple exclaimed, finally processing what All Might said. Geez, our teachers may be worse than Mina. Laughs embarrassingly. Wow, that was surprising, but I guess I'm thankful that it happened. Deku uttered, smiling at her. Chuckle, I guess you're right. She replied, staring at his eyes. Should I ask him? Should I ask her? Izu. Ochako. The couple called at the same time. Oh, you go first, Izu. Smiles. Oh, okay, I know it might be late to ask you since we are a couple now, but will you go on a date with me? Asking this, Izuku got incredibly flustered. After hearing his proposal and seeing his reaction, Ochako suddenly laughed. Of course I will. Izu blushes. Actually, I was about to ask you the same question. Wait, really? It's a date then, he declared. Blank, underscore, blank, underscore, blank. Author's note. You know the drill. If it's too cliche and too cheesy, I apologize. XD. Thanks for taking the time to read this.